All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the 11 o'clock hour of Out to Lunch with WRMN AM 1410. We are broadcasting live here from Studio 14 in downtown Elgin, serving you, the listeners out there at the Fox River Valley. If you want to tune in today, you can tune in through that AM 1410 dial. You can also text us to 505-926-1410 if you have any questions, comments, you want to send over pictures our way, you can do that. Or, of course, you can tune in on the YouTube side of things. We are streaming live, youtube.com/WRMN Radio. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, click the notification bell, so you can always keep yourself up to date and in the loop with what's happening here on WRMN and what's going on within the Fox River Valley area. Now, of course, here on Out to Lunch, we love to talk about food and restaurants, but also the arts and entertainment. Arts and entertainments play a crucial role within the community here, within the Fox River Valley, and even beyond. And I would even just say in general, too. There's so many different artists out there, different productions, and you don't want to miss out on these great opportunities to enjoy a moment with being connected to theater and being connected to performances here. Well, I've got a really cool place and some great people here on the air with us today. I wanted to welcome them to the studio with us. Of course, we do have co-host for today, Derek Geyer, continuing on with us here on mic 2. And then we also do have Reba with us now. She is the president and owner of Overshadowed Theatrical Productions, located in Medina, Illinois. And then we also do have the
Technical director.
Technical director. And what's your name again? I'm sorry.
Mike Larson.
Mike Larson. Thank you both all for joining us today here on Out to Lunch. So what I wanted to do is start off by talking a little bit on what got you interested in starting Overshadowed Theatrical Productions. What piqued your interest? Was it something that stemmed from you were younger and you loved theater, or was it something that kind of progressed over time?
No, it's kind of always been my dream ever since I was little. I was an only child. My dad was in the Army. We moved around every 2 years, and I immersed myself always in make-believe. They were my friends, and reading books and watching movies and things like that. And so I was very shy, actually, and my parents tell me stories about going into Sunday school and going in the door. And when they came back to pick me up, I was right in the same place because I didn't want to talk to people. So flash forward, what else do you do except be a speech major, right? When you go to college, because, you can talk and you're in between your make-believe world. And so that's what I decided I wanted to do. I loved creating different realities for me, so to speak. And so during the course of being at college, I always had a dream, a goal to kind of have a dinner theater. And then when I got married, I realized I really didn't like to cook. So, so the dinner part of it kind of went out of it. And I had kids. And when my middle daughter was a senior in high school and my younger son only had 2 years left, I kind of felt like there was a point that if I wasn't going to do it and start my own theater, then I was never going to do it. And so I started Overshadowed. We're in our 21st season now.
That's awesome. So cool.
Thank you.
Good for you, Reba.
And now Derek here, he's more of a sports guy.
Uh-oh.
He's more of a sports guy. So
Cubs
are
fan?
you so into?
No, not at all. No. Socks.
One of those.
Yeah. We may cover the White Sox, but yes, I am a Cubs fan.
Yeah. Cool.
And sarcastic, if that didn't already come across.
I'm going to choose to believe what my reality tells me.
Sure, absolutely.
So tell us a little bit on, with the production theater, how do you approach selecting productions that align with Overshadow's mission while also appealing to the audience as well?
It is probably the hardest thing that I do. In fact, we're in the middle of choosing our season now for next year. And, you read a lot of stuff and a lot of it doesn't. So our mission, just to kind of go on what you were saying, Matt, is that we'd like to do 50% of our things are Christian-based or inspirational, true stories. Like when we do It's a Wonderful Life or Christmas Carol, we feel like there's a transformational element that takes place with that. So that kind of fits in there. And then the other 50% of the things would be taking classics or things that could fit in and align with just giving people an opportunity for family-friendly And I say that because I took really early on in my life, I took my son, who was about 13, to see Jekyll and Hyde downtown at a traveling production. And there were things happening on that stage that I was not ready for my 13-year-old boy to see. And I really actually like covered up his eyes, and I was like, there's a reason you need to see this right now at your age.
Yeah.
And so I just want there to be a safe place for families to be able to come and not ever have to worry about that. Doesn't mean we don't go after some hard issues sometimes, but I think that we have to do them tastefully and what aligns. So anyway, I do a lot of reading and a lot of like watching other things. I do think that as time goes on, they're getting harder to find. Just our world is, what I might think is family friendly might not be, other people have other parameters.
Varying opinions on things.
In fact, I can't even really answer that. So a lot of times people will call me and they'll say, well, do you have anything questionable in it? For instance, the play that we're doing right now is The Play That Goes Wrong. And in it, there are several characters that are quote unquote having an affair. Well, I didn't even think about it like that because to me, I know it's all fictional and they don't really act on the affair. It's part of the comedy that happens, and it's not like you're promoting it or anything. Until somebody said to me, was like, well, I can't be involved in that play because of the affair. And I was like, what? So it's really hard to answer and put my thoughts on somebody else's. So I just do my thing and answer the questions how I can. I don't know if I really answered your question or not.
Look, I think what's great though too is that you have a company or you have a production where I think it's good too that you stand by your beliefs, and I have a lot of respect for that. And especially, in a world of theater where there might be things that maybe you, like you said, prefer to kind of have it be a little bit more on the family-friendly side. I think that that's good in the sense that you strive for that, and you have your boundaries as well too, which I think I have a lot of respect for that.
Thank you.
I do.
Thank you.
So, and so, there's times when you're like, no, we're not going to go that far, or are there things. I went to a Christian school growing up, so that was kind of how it was with theater with us as well too, was what can we do? What can we not do? We want to make sure it's family friendly as well. So.
Right.
Yeah, and for everyone listening out there, The Play That Goes Wrong is currently being played at 900 Foster Avenue in Medina, Illinois, 60157. This weekend is the final days for The Play That Goes Wrong. April 12th is the last day for this production.
Correct, sadly.
So, if anyone is looking for anything to do this weekend, go out there and enjoy the play.
Absolutely. Very, very cool. Now, I wanted to talk with the tech guy over here.
Yeah, do it.
So what got you interested in doing all things tech?
Well, all things tech. My background is technical. So my career was always technical, fixing equipment, things like that. But I'm involved in Overshadowed because Overshadowed's mission speaks to me. I mean, what I believe, family-friendly theater can be done well. My daughter got involved in the first production that Reba ever did, and so I was a supporter from the distance. But she got involved with hair and makeup, and then a little later on, she was on stage in a play, and somebody was going to miss opening night, and so my daughter told Reba, "Oh, my dad will do it," filling in as an actor, which was crazy to me at the time.
How did that go?
It went well because I worked really hard because I didn't want to mess it up for everybody. So I really, studied the lines. And my character got to play my daughter's dad, so that was kind of nice. But so after that, then I knew that I could be an actor, but my background always being technical. So I served in other capacities. I was a house manager, stage manager, and then at one point, the technical director of the organization, he needed to move on, take a sabbatical. So that was about 11 years ago. Then I took over the technical aspects. So then had to learn the lighting and the special effects and sound and things like that. But so it fit right in to my background as being a technical person. So
Very cool. Sorry, go ahead.
I just wanted to say one of the things that is really great about Mike, as well as a lot of our team, is that we want to blow the audience away with the unexpected. And so he looks at a play and he goes, okay, like, I know you didn't ask me for this, but what if we had smoke here? Or what if we, for instance, there's I'm going to give away a secret, but at the end of the play, the chandelier falls. And so our chandelier doesn't just fall, but it has pyrotechnics that kind of go off. And so it sparks really big
Oh, wow.
first before it goes down.
Very
It's so
cool.
spectacular.
Uh-huh.
He does that. He thinks outside of the box for our tiny little place and does it. So a lot of people on our team does, but that's one of the things.
That's fantastic. And even like little big things like that can really like just make things pop. And I think that that's fantastic. Now with, of course, the growth of technology, have you had to kind of adapt a little bit more to that too? Are we seeing in theater, at least maybe with, I can't speak for all theater, but are we seeing this growth in technology and maybe you're having to learn new things or adjust some things?
Yeah, I'm always have to learn new things, and I would say for a theater our size, we provide pretty amazing production value, but we have we work within the money that we have, so we continually try to upgrade the lighting and upgrade technology that we have. We can have over 32 microphones on our stage. So that's quite a bit
lot
to be on one stage,
yeah.
where most people might have to share microphones and whatnot. We've just made investments over the years, and we try to buy the best we can with the available resources, that a nonprofit theater would have. So we have 60 or 70 lights up in the ceiling, we can pretty much do a lot of things. We've got, some modern snow machines and those kinds of things. So. But we can technology is changing so quickly, and at a certain point, unless this is what you've been doing your whole life, I will probably never be at the forefront of the newest, latest technology. My replacement one day will probably have to come out of college as a 22-year-old and learning all that. But we use the best technology that we can, and there's always a lot to learn, and especially digital. Everything's being connected and wireless and whatnot. So, yeah, there's a lot to do.
Absolutely. Tell us a little bit here too with the name Overshadowed. So how did that name kind of come into play? How did that kind of be created? What kind of got you into that?
When I was in college, it was a requirement. So I went to a Christian school too. And when I was in college, I went to a Christian university, and we had to get assigned to Sunday school classes that we had to go to. Like a lot of churches these days don't even have Sunday school anymore. They have small groups. But at that particular time, it was an assignment. And as a freshman girl, I was sitting in this one class, and there was one of our Sunday school teachers that before she spoke once a month and taught our Sunday school lesson. And she would always have special music of some kind that would come in before she would teach her lesson. And every time she did it, it was always one song. The name of it is Overshadowed by Ironside. And sometimes it would be a trumpet, and sometimes it would be a solo, sometimes it'd be just a piano solo. And you could watch her as she would say, I don't know very many people in my life like this, but this particular woman, you could watch her sit there and listen to the music and realize that she didn't want the lesson to be about herself. She wanted it to be about God. And it was such an impact on me because I think as artists, it can be all about ourselves so often. And there's so much pride that comes from a job well done and people in your audience telling you, wow, that was great. And, you changed my life and all the things that come with that. And I really just didn't want our company to be that way. We call ourselves theater with a difference. We don't really want there to be cattiness and that kind of competition. We really want to make a difference in people's lives. So when I had the idea that now was the time to start a theater company, somebody said, well, what are you going to name it? And I didn't even really think about it. I just thought about the song and thought, oh, well, what better name for a theater company than something that we want to not look at ourselves all the time, but look at God.
Having a higher purpose besides what's just being on the stage.
Absolutely.
So very
Absolutely.
good.
So
tell us a little bit on how you get people to sign up to perform these productions.
oh my goodness, if anybody who's out there listening, it's like, please come join us. We work our people pretty hard during a production because we run it for 4 weeks. And so a lot of times people don't have the time available to be able to do that. But we have auditions right now. Our auditions have been announced for Hello Dolly. We're opening July 11th.
Yep.
And thank you. That paused in my head for a second. Our auditions are April the 28th and 29th. You can go to our website at overshadowed.org, but we also kind of posted around the area, different places so that people can find out. Hello, Dolly will be the biggest show we've done lately, and we're super excited about it because it's one of those old family classics, and we need lots of guys. Right now we have 37 women signed up and 9 guys. So Matt, you said you used to do theater. So.
Yes, I did.
Break a leg, Matt.
Oh my goodness. Yes, the theater days. Oh, my favorite. Well, I always tell people this. My favorite was my senior production of The Music Man.
I love music.
Oh, that was so much fun.
So what did you do?
I was a quartet member.
Okay, I was going to say, are you a singer?
I used to be. I'm not as good as I used to be.
What part? What did you sing? Tenor?
I sang in alto, I believe.
Okay.
A little bit higher.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Alto?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember my musical terms.
That is great. Well, I would love more people to come because I think that would be an amazing boost for us, really, actually. And we love to have more people part of our community. So find us, overshadowed.org.
Awesome. And sorry, you go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to ask the question of, okay, so your production of The Play That Goes Wrong concludes this weekend.
Yes.
And obviously, Hello Dolly is going to be July 11th. Is there any breaks in between the productions where, there's the week in between where you're doing nothing?
Yeah.
Or is it just, you're setting up for auditions? And how does all of that work from going from one production to the next and to the next, I guess?
That is a great question. It's really tough. And it's really tough on a lot of people. That's the reason I need more people so that I'm not. My initial goal when I started Overshadowed was for everybody to be involved in 1 or 2 productions a year. And that then they wouldn't have to kill our whole staff of people by having to do something all the time. But it just hasn't worked that way. And COVID definitely kind of sent us backwards a little bit with that too. But this would be considered our downtime after this because we have our longest break now than any other time of year. However, we do get hired out so we're helping Schaumburg Christian School do their play. And then after that, we got hired by Quest Academy to help with their tech and do everything. And so it's not really, I guess no time is ever down.
And let's not forget the 5 youth camps we're doing in the summer.
And then we have 5 camps in the summer.
3 of which are before Hello Dolly.
Yes.
Okay. Now, how can people find information about that?
That's also up online.
Perfect.
So overshadowed.org, you can find that too. Our camps run, you have to be at least 5, but we have things for 5-year-olds through 18-year-old.
Very fun. I'm sure you do a lot of fun things. You've got lots of different ones. So you got the lineup for 2025.
Yeah.
Little Mermaid.
And we do the younger camp, the Willy Wonka and the Aristocats are not quite as big of a production as the older kids, the Little Mermaid and I Hate Shakespeare. But with Little Mermaid and I Hate Shakespeare, we have complete costumes, complete hair and makeup, complete set. And what is really cool about those is those kids come in on Monday, have their audition, get their parts by Tuesday, and then memorize all the lines in the production, and we perform on Friday of the next week. It's amazing.
Of the next week.
Yes.
Not the same week, but the next week.
Yeah,
Okay.
8 days. They have 8 days to learn all the music, choreography, everything. It's amazing, and it's a lot of bonding and a lot of fun.
Well, at that age.
And they get to do three performances of that. So that's nice.
Oh, nice. Yeah, because at that age, their retention, they soak it all up.
Easier.
And me, myself, and I'd forget every single line. So I would not be a good candidate. Matt would be, though.
I remember doing 2 weeks we had to learn because it was at one point in time, I think it was 8th grade play. We did Alice in Wonderland, and we had like 2 weeks. It was like only 2 weeks because we started a little bit later in the season. But we did it. So
and probably the audience loved you guys, and you guys came together as a team, and so you have special memories of it as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's amazing.
I was the caterpillar, and I slipped and fell in one scene by mistake.
I was the caterpillar when I did Alice.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's so cool.
It's really cool. Now you want to see pictures, Derek. Oh no. I've got them.
No, I'm not going to put that out there. You can if you want, but no, I'm going to leave that entirely up to you.
I saw that little smile on your face.
Yeah.
Yeah, so very
Been
very
doing this
cool.
a bit.
What some of theater performances have you been in, if any, when you were younger?
No, never when I was younger. Okay. So Overshadowed was the beginning of theater for me, and I only am involved with Overshadowed. If I were to go to a local theater and audition, I think she would think I was cheating on her or something. So I've been in about 25 or so productions on stage. So, but Wonderful Life, you know.
He was
involved
George
in that.
Bailey, and then he aged out, and he was Mr. Potter. So-
Yeah, the next time we did it, because it's been a while. Father of the Bride, for example. That was the year my daughter got married, and I was the father of the bride. My daughter was not in the show, but the actress looked like her and same age range. It was pretty neat to do it on a year like that. But there's been a number. You could remember some more.
Well, so it's kind of hard because two of my favorite roles that I've seen you in are things that I wrote, and so because I do write some of them, and we did a show about a songsmith where he played. It wasn't you didn't play Bliss. You played Spafford. He
Yes.
played Horatio
Yes.
Spafford,
That's-
and it just the whole production was kind of special to me. And then I also wrote a play about my grandfather called I Remember Pop, and my grandfather had dementia towards the end and died very quickly. And but it was kind of the play was written about my relationship as a young girl growing up with this man that I just love so much, and he played my grandfather, and so
I love
it was pretty
that.
special to me because of just that. So
That would be. I would love to do that, right? Like, because I'm huge into family history. I would love to write like something like that.
do it.
I would love
Do
that.
it.
That would be
Yes.
really cool. So
Yeah.
Why are you looking at me, man?
because we're doing the thing together, you know.
No, I've been. Hey,
Hey, did you ever do theater
Yes.
performances? You
Did you sing?
yeah. Did I sing?
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
Uh, Well, yes, in the shower and out in public, very badly.
Okay.
So I've been told.
I didn't
but,
know this. What were you in?
You
don't
it was
remember?
like so long ago.
Like school.
yeah,
plays or-
college, but that was 6 years ago, and I couldn't really remember. I was the voice of God.
You have a great voice, so I get that.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank you both for joining us today here on WRMN. And folks, if you want to check out more information, please support them. This is overshadowed.org. That's the website that you can go to. Check out more information. If you want to sign up, check out the summer theater camp lineup for 2025. Other shows and productions as well, too. Definitely go out. They are performing quality, family-friendly entertainment that is both inspiring and also affordable. Check out more information. That's overshadowed.org. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. It was an honor and a privilege. Thank you so much. It was so fun.
Oh, unlike the play that goes wrong, this was a smash hit.
There you go. Exactly.
Not to say that the play that goes wrong is not a smash hit. Sorry. I should have shut up.
That was perfect. That was perfect.
All right, so thanks again so much for joining us today. Folks, we are going to take a quick time out. We'll be back with more Out to Lunch with WRMN AM 1410, Voice of the Valley, Talk of the Town. We are broadcasting live here from Studio 14 in downtown Elgin, serving you, the Fox River Valley area. Thanks so much for tuning in today. We'll continue on with more Out to Lunch here in just a bit. Don't go anywhere.